Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing a speedrun of two different Zelda games back to back. First, I'm going to be doing a speedrun of Breath of the Wild. Then Sam is going to be jumping on and he's going to provide you with a amazing Link's Awakening speedrun. So it's going to be a really fun little Nintendo Switch Zelda block coming up right now. But either way, I'll start the intro and then time is going to start in about 40 seconds from now. So we're going to start right now. So when it comes to Breath of the Wild timing actually starts when you control over Link. So unlike other Zelda games, when you do it from like file select, you do when you can control over Link. That's because loading times on the Switch, and we were really weird with how Breath of the Wild is designed. So runners had to like run to the Shrine of Resurrection and stand around for 20 seconds, so it was loaded into RAM, and then you had to quit out and start a new run to save 2 seconds on the load time. So to stop like every run from losing minutes every single time you wanted to do a new run, we just changed the timing for it. But either way, there's going to be a couple of things. The speedrun has changed a lot over the past few months since this was released. There's a ton of new glitches, tricks. Movement has been absolutely amazing recently. So I think you're really going to enjoy this run. So there's going to be a lot. I'm going to do my best to commentate it. But yeah, either way, I think we're ready to start. So time will start in... let's see here. Should be in about 3, 2, 1... Go. Alright. Good.
So in the past month, there's been lots of glitches found. Are you gonna do most of them?
I'm gonna try one of bullet time or bomb impact launch. But yeah, I won't go to. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do one of the new glitches that was found like 1 or 2 weeks ago. I'm actually gonna be doing. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of new stuff. By the way, is there any staff in the back that could lower how loud I can hear myself? Because it's really bad.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, you start the speedrun and you're gonna do some glitching already, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna run out of the Shrine of Resurrection like normal. I'm gonna go to this top right corner of the map, and I'm gonna try and get a very precise camera angle and angle of Link, and I'm gonna be pressing in the basically the right analog stick, which enters first-person camera.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really clean. So when you take out the first-person camera, if Link cannot properly take it out looking forward, then he will do a 180-degree turn in 1 frame. However, specifically right there, that collision is not made properly. So if you walk with a very specific angle, Link will be partially inside of the wall, and then he's going to be put back in a bounds for a frame, and then back in a bounds. He's just going to be bopping back and forth. So if you get a perfect angle right there, if you get a perfect angle and frame perfect timing with your camera, what you can end up doing then is you can take it out on the same frame that you're partially inside of the wall, and because you can't take it out and look forward, he will do a 180-degree turn on the first frame, and it's going to cause Link's feet to be put outside of the wall. And if Link's feet ever gets put on one side of the wall, that's where the game is going to determine that it should place Link properly. So because of that, you're just going to clip through. Now there's a couple of really good uses when it comes to clipping out of bounds right there. Not only is it faster for the overworld because I can skip one of the cutscenes, but also the intro cutscene actually starts time of day to progress properly. Because the game always wants the intro cutscene when you leave the Shrine of Resurrection to be at a specific time in the morning. If you don't watch it, your time will actually always just be morning. So I don't have to worry about anything when it comes to blood moons or night times or any vision-based stuff like that, because the runs will always have a consistent time. So that's a really other nice thing that we take advantage of. You also saw that I took up some food right there. At home I wouldn't normally do that, but I have to actually rely on RNG right here to hopefully not get hit again by this bokoblin as I take up this bow. The bow is going to be very sensitive for the speedrun when it comes to a certain glitch, when it comes to the movement. So movement is the majority thing we have to worry about when it comes to Breath of the Wild. So first off, you're going to notice that I'm doing this glitch known as whistle sprinting, or trick. I don't know if you want to consider it a glitch, but...
It's not really a glitch,
yeah,
but it's a stare.
Yeah, let's just call it like abusing intended game mechanics, I guess.
Yes.
So if you're holding B, you run and you lose stamina. However, if you hold in the whistle button to whistle for like Epona, and then you press the B button, Link will actually run for a step and then interrupt it. So if you then hold the whistle button and then just mash the B button to initiate a basically running animation the entire time, you will actually be running at 80% full movement speed without Beautiful. without losing any speed whatsoever, or any stamina whatsoever.
You were just explaining visual sprinting, and now you have to explain what is Q and enter the dungeon.
There's so
enter in the shrine, sorry.
Yeah, there's so much to explain in the beginning. Okay, so you might have noticed right there I clipped through the wall. So basically, to actually enter shrines normally and activate the Sheikah Slate in the front, you have to raise the main Great Plateau Tower. You know, the Great Plateau Tower is when it shows you a map, you know, when you discover a map of an area, right? However, that's really slow to do. Not only is it like really far out of the way of where I want to go, but there's also a ton of cutscenes that I have to go through with the text. So what I do instead is I go up to a shrine and I run up and I do a shield jump on the side of it. And that is going to set up a weird glitch known as a skew. So when you're skewed, if you do a shield jump in midair, Link is going to be angling his body and model towards either right or left or back or forward, depending on the angle of the slope. However, the second you land, you're going to be fixed and it's not going to have the skew glitch anymore. But you can abuse this to your advantage. So if you then do a shield jump, and on the frame you're about to get like bopped in the opposite direction, you unequip your shield, Link will in one frame pop from being angled like 90 degrees to the right to straight flat again. And if you happen to do that with a perfect angle on that specific frame, then because Link could get closer to the wall when he was angled 90 degrees, but when he gets actually angled upwards, possibly if you set it up correctly, Link's feet will be inside of the wall. It will think, oh, we should put him on the other side of the wall because that makes the most sense. Just like how it was with Shrine of Resurrection, because just the feet is basically how it calculates your positioning. And that's going to pop it through the wall. Now, Breath of the Wild actually has solid collision on both walls, so if you go out of bounds, you can't go in a bounds again. So I actually have to clip through walls to get back into the actual gameplay areas of the game. Fortunately, with the first shrine right here, you can actually access, because it's so low to the ground, you can kind of just stand up and like activate the portal to enter the shrine without having to do anything. There's a couple of the shrines where I'll have to like clip out of bounds and then clip back into bounds to get in the shrine. But usually most of the time it should be fine.
You can see the shrine is now closed still because you haven't opened the tower at all, so you're not able to open any of shrines in Great Plateau. Now Linkus just got the stasis, and that is going to be very useful to get to the Cryonis. The route of the Great Plateau changed many times in the past. It used to be bombs or magnesis first into...
that's unfortunate.
From magnesis bombs to Cryonis to stasis, then you would go get the paraglider. And now it's just a stasis. It's going backwards pretty much. We do it backwards. So stasis, Cryonis, magnesis, and then bombs. Because I think it was like this year it was discovered the new glitch.
Yeah, about so.
Yeah, that Linkus is about to do now. There was a stasis launches in the past. We used to use the objects to launch ourselves with a paraglider and fly really far. But what Linkus is doing is a rather this year bound, I guess, called bullet time bounds. Let's see, is he gonna get it? Is that too early?
Might still be fine. Oh god.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Well, you got a little tease of how it looks like.
Yeah.
So basically, how did Nintendo program the slow motion mode to work is that it basically slows down your game by times like 20 or 19 to be exact.
Yeah.
However, obviously, as you can imagine, if specific physics were slowed down by times 20, it wouldn't really work. For example, you know when you fall in slow motion, you're still falling fairly quickly. If you would fall at a 20th of the speed, your stamina bar you would just be stuck in midair, right? You would just be like at one place the entire time. So what they did with like a lot of the gravity stuff like that is they actually like calculate them differently compared to how other things work. So when it comes to, for example, it might be too early.
That might be fine. Let's see. A little bit too early.
A little bit too early. So basically, a bounce and a falling animation both gets calculated in a different manner compared to the 20 slow motion that it normally does. So if you land on an enemy, so you're supposed to do a bounce, and then you unequip your bow immediately within the first few frames of doing it, or you do a trick. It doesn't matter really. What will end up happening is you will get in this strange effect to where the game is going to multiply the speed of your bounce by times. By times 20. Yeah,
You have a one.
That's gonna work, but actually can't. I only have one arrow.
Yeah.
I have this weird thing. My gyroscope is like sliding to the left when it's not synchronous correctly. I hope it stops. So I need to like aim to the right to aim still. I mean, like I had this at ESA too. It sometimes happens randomly with the Joy-Cons and Pro Controller. So getting my angle is really annoying right now. But anyway, so because it miscalculates your speed and adds like times 19, your bounce is going to allow you to cross, basically cross the entire overworld, and it's one of the most overpowered tricks in the game, and it's really useful for overall movement in general. That has to work. Beautiful. Okay.
So it is called bullet time bounce, and you fly really high up. Now without paraglider, he has to do a fall damage per. I can't remember the name of this, but
yeah,
he's gonna
fall damage cancel.
Yeah, he's going to throw an axe off from his hand, but before it's throwing off from his axe, he's gonna unequip the axe or a shield, so he doesn't get damaged at all. And here's another way to get to the cronies. One shield shield jumper.
Okay. Good.
If he lost a screw anytime there, he would have had to redo the whole setup.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I think it was like the whole setup has to be done if you don't have a screw anymore.
Yeah, exactly. If you accidentally unequip your shield too late, or you like get unlucky with your first skew or something, you have to like go back out and then reset up the entire skew and stuff again. But unfortunately, that bullet time bounce did give me a little bit more troubles. I hope that the gyroscope thing fixes itself. Usually when there is a drifting issue with the gyroscope controls, it usually fixes itself after a little while. It happens even at home. It's just unfortunate that it happens to be like right now, obviously. But yeah, hopefully it'll get better. So it's not drifting, because there's a couple of these setups that are very, very precise when it comes to the bullet time bounce. So you really don't want to have a drifting issue. It can really cause a lot of issues. But yeah, so now when I'm back in here, also you're going to notice that I only have half a heart. That's because you can just barely make it on the previous one. I'm going to do a little bit of a trick right here, where I'm going to try and stand over here. I'm going to create an ice block, and then I'm going to do a shield jump, and press the jump button on my shield just as I'm moving upwards.
Be careful.
Nice,
Nicely.
Beautiful.
The enemy would have possibly hit you
Yeah,
there.
the enemy could have hit me and I would have probably died. But we're okay, we avoided it. But yeah, if you press the jump button right as the ice block has full speed going upwards, you're gonna basically gain more like upwards momentum than you should normally from a jump. And it allows you to reach that little ledge right there early.
There would have been a small optimization there if you didn't skip the cutscene a little bit too early.
Yeah.
Just a habit sometimes. But if you wait for the text box to close, then the shrine monk just disappears. That's when you skip the cutscene and you have a little bit faster loading time.
Yeah, loading times are really strange in Breath of the Wild. Coming up right here after this shrine right here, I'm going to do another bullet time bounce. This one is a lot more important to actually get well. So hopefully it goes well. Let's see here.
Should be good.
Yeah, that's really good. Wow, perfect. Beautiful.
That's very nicely done.
And then I just have to do what Sam was mentioning earlier, that I have to do a fall cancel glitch right here.
Yeah. He'll be dying if he's not doing the glitch, or he lands into the water, deep water, and he can swim there. There's sometimes a chance that the shrine is not loaded fully, so then the door of the shrine is completely open, but he wasn't close enough, and I can't remember exactly what are the requirements for getting that glitch, but
we don't exactly know. It's basically just luck because we can't know exactly.
Yeah.
There's times where, like, when the game doesn't load the shrine, even if you ran for like 15 seconds up to it. So it's something to do with probably like the loading sequence and what you loaded when you were flying on the way here, and your height and angle and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you have any donations, by the way?
Yes, we do. We have a $6 donation from 118 Chrism, saying 118 star Legend Chrism here. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we have a $25 donation from Unholy Sheep. Thank you for the amazing event. Speedruns for charity are the greatest things about video games. Thank you so much for those donations.
Thank you. Shout outs to Chris.
So you now have a third of the 4 runes. Magnesis bombs just left. There's one more bullet by time bounce you have to do, and then one more to get to the Hyrule Castle.
No, we wouldn't do one to Hyrule Castle.
Hmm?
No, we're not. There's no bullet time bounce for Hyrule Castle, and the tree launch only saves 2 seconds, and I'm not risking the arrow on a marathon run. Yeah, there we go. Right there, I kind of just do, instead of like getting the metal part, I kind of just do a shield jump and I unequip my my shield as a jump. Another thing too that I would like to mention that like a lot of people actually wonder when we're talking about these tricks and how like I have to hold the whistle button and run at the same time. How you actually like do play this game is you basically play the entire game as a speedrunner like this, because I need to hold the D-pad down button, so I need to control my character only with my index finger. And then obviously I also claw grip on like the second hand so that I can like tap the B button with this finger as I'm controlling the camera with the thumb. The only thing that's really like awkward about that is you have to learn how to have good movement with your index finger like this. But it's a little bit of just getting used to in general. Oh, that's really unlucky. I need an arrow. I can fix it, but it's going to be a bit slow. This bullet time bounce coming up right here is going to unfortunately be the most annoying one, because it's luck-based. So I need this... Nice.
That can happen sometimes.
Oh, nice. Oh, he might have screwed up the positioning of the Bokoblins too. We'll see. Oh boy, this is going to be bad.
You might want to save there a little bit close to the slope so they don't see you. Unless
if you don't get it, it's actually faster to just run compared to trying it again. But yeah, so basically you need the Bokoblins to walk in a very specific way right here through the camp, or this guy specifically. Oh.
That was very close to hit you, the paraglider.
Beautiful. Yeah, he almost rolled me. That was really nice. Yeah, so if he doesn't, he can either like stand still, be mad at you, or throw rocks at you, or run forward. And he has to run forward, and the other ones can't shoot you while he is doing that. And if he does that, then you can very simply just do basically this, where you use bullet time bounce over here. Then I'm going to set up another skew right here. That angle should be fine.
The shield is very important for the holes.
Yeah, I'm going to safely save just in case it breaks. I keep going, sorry.
So the shield is very, very useful for the whole Great Plateau part, because without the shield you can't clip through the shrines at all. And if this one breaks, then you will have to get a new shield. Good enough is that about the shield, it doesn't break from a bullet time bounces when he jumps on the enemy and casts the bullet time.
Yeah.
It's only the landing on the slopes like that, and just that kind of damage it pretty much. So shield surfing is one that doesn't damage the shield.
Yeah, as long as it's on snow.
Yeah.
Right here, there's a trick that's coming up. It's actually one of the new ones that was discovered. I will try the glitch once. However, I'm still not that consistent on it. I had a really hard time doing it in runs in practice. There's 2 new strats that was found like in very recent times, within the last 2-3 rounds of Breath of the Wild. One that was discovered like a few weeks ago, and one that was found about 2 months ago. This is the one that was found about 2-3 months ago. I hopefully can get it. I definitely am going to go for the newest trick, because it's really cool. You guys are really going to love it. It's right in Hyrule Castle. But hopefully we can get this one. So my idea is basically that I want to try and get a bomb to push me with an absurd amount of speed forward. And it can be a little bit finicky, but we'll see what happens. So I want to line myself up like this. And then when I have myself lined up right now, I want to do a shield jump and then unequip my shield so that I kill my skew. And then we're going to do this. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Beautiful. Nice.
Saved a little bit of time.
Yeah, that still definitely saved probably like 10 seconds or so. So basically, if a bomb explodes you, it just does a falling animation of you falling down and getting exploded. However, what I do right there is I basically end up jumping, and right after I jump, a frame after I jump, I want to take out a bomb, and I then want to tap my R button to enter bullet time mode by taking out my bow. I then switch to a second bomb, the different kind of bomb, and take that one out. And then when they're lined up perfectly, I then explode the first bomb I actually put out. And if you did all of this timing correctly, you're going to be so far away that you won't be hit by the first bomb. And the second bomb is not within the explosion zone, but it's within the zone when the bomb expands in its explosion. So what's going to happen is the second bomb is just going to be pushed instead of actually exploded. So it's going to go full speed into Link's back. And then it's basically going to be pushing you, like if you got hit by something, and you're going to fling super quickly away. So it's quite precise to do that, and I feel like it's really difficult to get it down very consistently, but if you can get it, it's a very satisfying glitch to get.
And it's very useful for the longer categories like all shrines, where it's really important to move around from places to places as fast as possible. Stasis launches used to be the thing we used to do, but then it was bullet time bounces with the enemies here and there. But now it's just, you can do it anywhere you want with a wind bomb. It's called Wind Bomb. Now Linkus wants to look for a specific bug here, a beetle. Nice. There we go. This will help him to get a potion to level 3 later on, and it will help him to beat the Blights and a final boss rather much faster, because he won't be picking up that many weapons, but enough weapons to beat the game.
Yeah, with the exact amount of weapons I pick up, I'm usually on my last weapon when I actually get to the end, because it's perfectly routed and precise. Oops. What the
But there are enough weapons to pick up if he wants to.
Yeah.
And there's some in a final fight too.
Yeah, I will get one extra additional one, but that'll be it. So we'll get one additional one, and then the rest is just going to be fully fast routes.
How many arrows do you have?
Oh, did I not pick up the bonus?
Yeah,
I did not pick up the bonus ones. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for reminding me. This is the backup right here.
Yeah.
So I was actually just about to forget it. So you need more than one arrow to do this next trick coming up, and it's very essential. There is a 5 arrow... Dude, there's a 5 arrow you can get right here as a backup. It's a little bit sad because the Bokoblin is going to see you and run after you right now, which means that I will have to reload my save file after I get the paraglider now, because I need to use that Bokoblin right there for a
He's
nice
rocking you.
Yeah. I need to use him for a bullet time bounce coming up, and well, his positioning is so precise that he's not going to be in his like natural positioning spawn right now, so the setup won't work. But thankfully, I can just use my auto save coming up after I get the paraglider to respawn him, because it just reloads the game.
This is also the trickiest one, because you can get all the way to the Hyrule Castle if you perfectly time your bullet time bounce. Time just before you hit the Bokoblin. If you're too late, then you don't get the bullet time bounce you want. And if you're too early, you lose a little bit too much stamina that won't lead you all the way to the castle.
Yeah, to get this one perfectly the way I want to, that's messed up autosave.
You can save there.
Yeah, to get the perfect bullet time bounce you want to make it all the way to Hyrule Castle, because you can actually fly across half the game if you do this perfectly. Not only is the setup precise, I also have to take out my bow frame perfectly to lose the minimal amount of stamina, like Samus said. You can get it to work if you're a frame late, however, you won't make it all the way then. And if you're a frame early, if you're a frame late, then you just die, because you're just going to hit the floor. Hopefully this goes well. We'll see how it goes. All right, time to focus on this one. So let's see this. Okay. Oh, that's unlucky. I got it on the right frame, but the Bokoblin's positioning was slightly off. So that actually was correct. He was just slightly too far to the left, I think it was. So
maybe, and it also might be because of your motion control of that.
Yeah.
Because many runners probably they want to do this without motion controls on, because it's rather precise.
Yeah, a lot of if I fail like 1 or 2 times because of the motion controls, I just take the time to turn off the setting. But yeah, obviously, like when I'm doing attempts, I try not to. Yeah, I definitely aim to the right there afterwards.
Yep.
See if this works or not. Okay, nice.
That's
beautiful.
better.
This should work.
Yeah. I personally always took my time to take off the motion control, because you never know if you're like a little bit shaking, just a small shake, then can change the angle enough that it won't work or you won't get enough height.
Yeah. Yeah, you're also going to see that the game is going to be freezing a good amount. That's because you're not supposed to move this quickly normally through the overworld.
So it's loading the next area.
Yeah, it needs to load the next area. So there are things that are okay to not be loaded when you go to an area that it's fine with, but the very essential stuff like the collision has to be loaded and like a rough model of a good amount of the objects. But you're going to notice right now when I actually make it to the end right here that there are still going to be things that's popping up. Like you see the texture on like the pillar right there.
Yeah, it wasn't fully loaded, and then it takes a while to also load the castle as well. And the cutscene is not playing yet because it takes time to load the castle.
Yeah, and also these boxes right here are not. So you're going to see I'm going to like just do this. There we go.
What's the roll?
Oh, ooh, really good.
That's very awesome.
All right, now I just want the cutscene to load, please. Okay, there we go. Sometimes the loading times can be a bit bad. So that cutscene right there, to give you an idea, it's supposed to start the second you touch the floor. So that was like 15 seconds to actually load that cutscene. The reason I want to load it now before I break the second box is because I need a banana, and there's a 60% chance to get a banana drop. And if not, I want to reload my save file until I get one.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Ooh.
That's oof.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to like save before the cutscene, because if you don't get it, then instead of losing like 20 seconds to reload the save file like this, you have to like do it with the cutscene, so it'd be like 40-50 seconds. So
and you don't want to rely on RNG when you make a potion.
Yeah, exactly.
The banana is one of the ingredients that helps Linkus to get a level 3 potion attack up. Level 2 can make the fight, but you don't possibly have enough weapons then.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope for some better RNG. Oh wow,
Nothing.
Did it? What? Oh my, that auto save, nice. All right.
I was thinking for a second, wait, nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about this, unfortunately. This is just a flat out like feels bad man moment, because like this takes 20 seconds and it's a 60% chance, and we just have to deal with it. So like the worst I've ever had in my life was 7th try, I think. Oh my, this is so. Yeah, so obviously as you can imagine, 60% chance. Like you usually should get it within the first or second try, but sometimes, you know, the game just
it doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Be nice.
So yeah, there's really nothing I can do. Like I said, like it's because I don't have enough weapons in the speedrun. I literally need the potion to make it work. Oh, thank you.
The double.
Yeah, it doesn't actually make a difference. It's just kind of a tease by the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least we got the banana.
He just needs one. There's a one in a kitchen hall. He's going to next to pick up some weapons.
I can hear a garden on the left. He must have been really close to us right there.
Mm. All of these moblins are rather strong here, mostly because of the weapons they have. So many of everything will pretty much one-shot you because, well, you're not supposed to be here, I guess, but you can be here if you want to. The game was designed that you can get anywhere you want.
You're also going to notice right now I do a different kind of whistle sprinting where I'm kind of like pulling on my weapons. That's because you don't get as far into the whistle animation. So when you're whistle sprinting, you're actually constantly whistling for real, which means that enemies around you will hear you. In this situation, I don't want to keep whistling so that I take too much attention of all the enemies. So that's why I'm mashing both my B button and my throwing weapon button at the same time, just to try and avoid the fact that they will be hearing me. The reasoning for that is because I want these enemies to not have heard me at any point, so they stand at their, like, I guess, default positioning. And that's because if I throw this bomb right here, then I can do something like a backward stab. So if an enemy is busy, like you sneak up on him, like he's right now, if you have a strong enough weapon, you actually one-hit him if you hit him right in the back. So that's why it's really essential to end up doing that, because I need both his gut for the potion as well as that sledgehammer for the route we use for the potion. So right now I'm going to put these 5 ingredients in, and we're going to get a 6.5 minute long ×3 damage potion. With 6.5 minutes should be fine as long as I'm quick enough on the fight. So hopefully it will be fine. Okay, and I'm going to whistle right here.
Gets his attention. Now he's like looking for around and can't hear him, but you can still go backstab him.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some good weapons here. And now there's some more boxes he will break. And hope for a good luck with the arrows.
Normally I wouldn't save here. I'm actually going to save because of marathon, so I need a good amount of arrows right here to actually finish the run. And it's completely luck based how many arrows you get, so hopefully we get good luck. Ooh,
that looks good.
Okay, that's a 5.
Yeah, that looks like 10 and 5.
5. Okay.
More 5.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. I didn't get a lot of elemental arrows, which has like a damage bonus. However, I'm pretty sure we have a ton of normal arrows now.
Yeah, you
so I think we're fine. I will see right here when I shoot this guy right now, so it doesn't kill us.
47.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. Holy crap.
And you will get more later.
Yeah. To give it a day, normally when I do a speed run, if I get at least like 20, then I'm happy. So this is a ridiculous amount of arrows.
So
this is a marathon luck for real actually. And maybe the game is trying to make up for the horrible banana RNG we got and the gyroscope controls.
Possibly. So here's the last weapon, I think, and you're gonna be launching yourself with this box to the Sanctum. He has to put it in a precise spot, and then he's gonna launch himself with the being on the box. He has to angle up so the box goes to the direction that it breaks and it gives him enough height. That looks okay. You might be.
I might make it. I maybe shouldn't have jumped both those times. I kind of just assumed that.
You're barely gonna make it.
Oh, I tried to time it perfectly. Oh god, please take out the
the water.
Where am I gonna spawn? Oh god.
Pull it round.
Oh, that's actually good.
Interesting. You get up here.
That actually ended up being an accident, but it actually was the fastest way I could have gotten back here. I needed to get back here to try it with another box, so...
There's the arrow, by the way. Wanna pick it up?
No, I'm good. That actually ended up being, like, a unlucky situation turning lucky, I would say.
By the way, your health.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, okay, wait, okay.
Well, better to go for a backup plan now.
Yeah. Time to like come up with some smart backups right here, because I'm not gonna fight my way through. Thankfully, I do have a solution in mind.
A really good backup plan to get on this tree and use one of the new glitches.
Gonna save here. Okay, let's hope I can get this here. Okay, here we go. So, we're gonna do this.
Well, it's something at least.
Yeah, I think actually it'd be faster to just climb up here now at this point instead of. Oh crap! Oh god! Don't kill me.
The marathon log? Do you say? That's really
unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate.
This is. Oh, dude, this didn't happen. So for Breath of the Wild, it's so unforgiving of a speedrun. This is the game I put the most time into because I didn't want to go Restmid. This is everything that didn't happen in practice is going wrong. This is Monk-as. I'm scared about. So the worst part about this run is Calamity Ganon in a marathon. I need to time every single attack perfectly, or I lose a ton of time having to redo the fights. So we're gonna have to pray that I actually am able to pull off all of the fighting. Because if you die at any of the bosses during Calamity Ganon, you have to redo all of it. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
What? That didn't work.
Okay, I'm just going back to the box then. I think that's the best method we can do here.
And usually better to do something that you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a like made strat, that bomb method right there. So that was just kind of making it up on the fly. We used to do this. Alright, let's hope this works.
That's much better.
Alright, that's really good. Okay, that'll work. Thank you. Okay. Whew, okay. There's actually a new strat coming up right here that was found about a week or two ago, and it's really, really cool. So, so basically, in Breath of the Wild, when it comes to cutscenes, The game is actually being played, like, the game is actually, you know, like, being played, and all the cutscenes are being played in game. They're not pre-recorded. So what I'm gonna end up doing right here is I'm going to end up setting this up correctly so that I have this weapon, I have this bow, and then I'm gonna run up here so I have a straight angle from this wall. And I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna slash my sword backflip, slash side hop, and then I'm going to aim exactly about, let's see here.
This is very precise, that's why he took off the motion control.
I think that should be good. Alright, so I'm gonna drink my potion, hold up, and unpause the game to shoot my arrow. And hopefully, if I got it correctly, what's gonna end up happening is basically, hopefully my arrow is positioned exactly where this Blight's head, yeah, you can see he's a little bit flicky right here. So the arrow is actually perfectly placed inside of the Blight's head right now. So he's actually being hit right now during the cutscene itself right now. And because he's being hit right now,
oh, nice.
Beautiful.
It died. Very recent glitch found too.
Yeah, so when the actual cutscene is done playing, he just ends up dying perfectly because he got hit. Because basically, you know, like the arrow was placed inside of his head, it was just hitting him over and over and over again, multiple times a second, and it's enough to like deal enough damage to take down all of the HP. So you don't have to do the entire fight there. Yeah, I'm gonna be on a bit of a focus mode for some of these phases. Especially for Calamity Ganon, because that's the hardest one. So basically, if you die at any point right here, you have to start over from the beginning. Now, you do have, like, the hit protection of your health. However, that does not get applied to all of them. It does get applied to this one right here. The fire one... Oh, I don't have motion controls on. For the fire one, or the electric one, they deal so much damage that they actually kill you immediately in just one hit, if you happen to get hit. Because the hit protection of a quarter of a heart will not help you because it's too much of a damage difference. So you need to make sure you don't get hit a single time by those specific attacks. Also, Calamity Ganon, most of his attacks will one-hit you if you get hit by them. The only thing you can actually get hit by is the fire. So you want to be really, really careful about that. So right here, I'm going to immediately go around. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, stab. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Then we're going to equip this. We're going to stab him like this. Beautiful. That's really good. Yeah, so basically the goal is to try and one-cycle every one of these half-healths if it's possible. So you want to memorize exactly how to fight every single of these phases. The problem is Calamity Ganon, like I said, one-hits you for almost everything, and I have to go for some risky parries and flurry attacks. And if I happen to accidentally get hit by one of them, I have to refight all of these Blights again that I'm already fighting right now, which is a very bad and slow situation. So, this is definitely a very, very risky run to do in a marathon.
It's a very cool speed run, but really unforgiving, like he mentioned.
Okay, beautiful.
Now it's the Thunder Blight.
Yeah, hopefully we get some good RNG on this guy. He can make my life pretty difficult if he decides to.
Nice timing for Polarity Rush.
Oh god.
That was very close.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he doesn't one-hit me right there because he doesn't have the electric on. If he puts on electricity, then I'm screwed. Oh, this is...
You have a shield.
I think I can do this.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, thank god, okay. Thankfully, because I picked up that extra weapon, I still have more damage on my sword right here. So we could do that. Beautiful. I need to make sure I don't use the triangle weapon too much, because it's actually a boomerang, and it's going to break his shield for this next phase right here. So I need to make sure that it's actually not broken right here. And I'm also going to have to count right here, so we're going to do this. And then we're going to have to count. So it's going to be, let me see here. So it's going to be 1, 2, now. Headshot. Beautiful.
Very nice.
All
Well
right.
done. I will let you focus.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to focus on this. So just enjoy the show. I'm not gonna do too much commentary on this part because like I really need to focus. And if I get hit a single time, then the run is well, it's gonna go rest me. Let's put it that way, because I will have to redo the entirety of what I have just done recently in the past few minutes. So yeah, it's
You wanna heal yourself quickly there?
yeah, just in case I get hit by fire.
Yeah.
Oh, don't go to the right. This is really bad.
If he timed that wrong, he would have been died.
Yeah.
From that.
Yeah, if I mistime any of those right there, I will die immediately. My motion controls is kind of messing up, so it's kind of making the aiming harder here. Also, I want to try and headshot as many of these as possible, because I get a huge damage bonus.
The double damage, I think it was. With a bomb arrow, it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
If he casts the wall, he wants to use a bomb arrow because it has the damage from an explosion, helping him to get off from the wall.
Yeah, if you hit him 2 times with an... if you hit him twice with a bomb arrow, when he's on the wall, he will jump down. Dude. Oh god. My motion controls are really trying to troll me. So normally I'd have to actually fight him with my combat right here, but we got so many arrows. I actually barely, I don't think, yeah, exactly. I don't even have to try and fight him right here. This is the scary part right now. So he needs to do a laser attack, and I need to flurry it and then have perfect timing to stun lock him. That's really bad RNG. Oh god. Okay, let's hope I get a good luck on what attack he does on the wall. Otherwise, we're going to be running around.
This is very scary because...
I am not parrying this. You can parry this and get him down, but yeah, it's in a marathon like this, yeah, we're not doing that.
Let's just make it clear that when he's in a wall, it's very scary to deal with him.
Hold on.
Very nicely timed. So he had to stun him, so he is able to start a stun lock.
Okay, here we go. Okay, time to focus, okay.
When he times it perfectly, the Calamity Ganon doesn't get off from stunning phase.
Oh, that might have been too early.
That should be fine.
Oh, wow. That must have been like on the very first frame.
Next weapon, out of stamina soon.
Oh god, this is rip.
It's
maybe.
fine.
No, I don't think so.
That's unfortunate.
Please laser me, please laser me. Okay.
That was almost early. I saw that timing.
I think he's rip here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Not too bad.
Okay. Yeah, if you time everyone perfectly, you have to hit him 3 times for the stun lock. It's not just stabbing in the ground. And if you do that perfectly every single time, you can stun lock him because basically you slam down right as the shield comes up. But because you stab him, he like wants to go down in his crouching animation. So he's just stuck in one go the entire time, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Even though we did mess up the first wall timeouts, it looks like we still should get underestimated, even with the Hyrule Castle on that.
You will be. And if you die at this point of the game, after Calamity Ganon, you just get sent back to the Hyrule field with the Dark Beast Ganon.
This I don't know if I die here, like Samu said, you do this fight again, which is like the, I don't know, the final boss.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, yeah. But Calamity Ganon is the bad, because the Calamity Ganon one, I would have to redo the 4 Blights. Well, I guess 3 with a skip. Yeah. And then Calamity Ganon again, so it just takes a very long time. So preferably you only have to do them once. Thankfully we didn't die, so we're good. Beautiful third snipe. This is basically an auto-scroller, literally, so there's a timer going on in between how long it takes for the 3 targets to come up every time. That's why I'm like so chill, because I know about how long it takes until the 3 targets comes up. So like I can't do anything to speed this up. It's literally like the most anticlimactic fight you could possibly have.
It's a two attacks to the sides, a belly, then an eye.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
a base.
And it doesn't matter which side you're on. If the side you are on is the one he's gonna take the 3 eyes on right here. Beautiful. All right. 2 more attacks. And also, by the way, time is coming up in probably about 20-30 seconds, just as a heads up. Hopefully.
Don't go too close.
I wanted to try and be optimal and be close underneath the stomach when it shows up the target, but...
It's around when the laser beam comes.
Yeah,
and
should be about now.
Soon. Good timing. Now it's just the eye left.
Yeah, when the arrow hits the eye, that's when time is. So time is coming up right, like right in about 15 seconds or so.
This is a special case for the final hit. You have to be he has to be in a bullet time mode, so the eye doesn't close before the arrow hits.
Yeah. And time.
Underestimate.
Yeah, underestimate. Oh man. Yeah, I put my time estimate at 45 so that if I had a really, really good run, I could die once on the final boss and just make time. But because we ended up having a problem with the first bullet time bounce because of the gyroscope, and then also the Hyrule Castle movement was probably the worst part. I knew that I went over like my safe space right there, so it had to be perfect right in the end to make it work. But thankfully we did get it to work. That was a really clean, because of the arrows too, it was a really, really clean Calamity Ganon. But yeah, that's Breath of the Wild for you guys. I hope you guys did enjoy that. It's a really, really fun speedrun, especially doing PB and record attempts when you do all the fast strats and like you do the equipment and the fighting in the end of the game is even more strict than this run was. If you're interested in watching like any 3D Zelda game basically other than Skyward Sword, you can check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Linkus7. This is also my last run at Dreamhack, so I want to say thank you ESA for having me. It was a lot of fun. Thank you Dreamhack for allowing us ESA to come here for such an amazing event. Thank you CLG for supporting me in my stream. And thank you guys out there for watching and for everyone that showed up in the crowd. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Coming up next is Link's Awakening with Samu. So we'll be back in a few seconds. Thank you guys for watching. See you in a bit.